Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Before we get to our guests, let me get some of this housekeeping out of the way so we can have a good time. First of all, most important, temperature control is one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree, then DFH Company is the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222. Or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Inquire about their Mitsubishi mini split for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222. Or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Also, to address the competitive hiring climate in the Louisville area, UPS will offer a retention bonus and attendance bonus to 2021. Starting pay is $14.50 per hour. Employees on select shifts will also receive an additional $300 weekly attendance bonus. Learn how you can graduate debt-free. Also, UPS is now offering a $100 attendance bonus, Sunday bonus, for all employees that have a Sunday through Thursday work week. Now offering a $75 bonus for all night shift employees, not including the $100. So if an employee works nights Sunday through Thursday, their weekly bonus is $175. Visit upsjobskentucky.com for more information. Now we get along to the fun part. Everyone knows we have a tradition here. We have a few traditions. This is one of the traditions that I value above all.
It's almost like a rite of passage at this point.
It is 100% a rite of passage. All roads go through Middays with Marcus Maben, especially when we're dealing with new incoming players that we're going to know and love.
And get very angry with at times. and we want it to be known now, like, hey, we're good guys, right? Everything
Father of incoming guard Noah Locke, Kyle Locke, thanks for joining us on Middays with Marcus Maben. How's it going?
It's going well. I appreciate you guys having me on.
No, absolutely. It's definitely our pleasure. So here's what we do. With our tradition, we usually get the really tough question out of the way first, so everything is going to be smooth sailing from this point forward. Okay, so are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay, you have been bestowed by the Middays and the Made for the Ville community. You have been bestowed a nickname that you are allowed to turn down, to acknowledge. I don't know how happy the fans are going to be about it, but it is your choice to accept or not. The caller, the phrase, the nickname that you have been given this point forward, will you accept it? Papa Locke.
Hey, I like that. I'll take that.
Listen, so the questions only get easier after that. So everybody rest assured, Papa Locke does not mind. He's absolutely okay.
He doesn't mind.
So,
that works. That makes me feel better.
But for and Brian definitely had the music ready for you and the rejoin. So let's do this. Let's kind of go macro. Let's kind of start from the beginning. With the parents, I like to kind of explore the early stages of when did you know that you may have something here? Was it his determination as a young man, or are you like Steve, where you're just training from day one, like did you have him working out in the playpen, just getting him prepared for this moment his entire life? Kind of how did his early stages of basketball development go?
Yeah, actually, he didn't have a choice. So my wife and I, we coached. We both coached college ball. She coached high school at one point, and he also has an older brother that played professionally. So he has been around the game since he was a toddler. We had all kinds of basketball hoops and basketballs around the house. So he just took it up naturally, and yeah.
Talking with Kyle Locke, a father of Noah Locke. So early on, were you the harder one on it, or was your wife? Being that you both are in the coaching field, I can imagine it was two critiques going on. Which one was the harsher of the two?
Well, that's interesting because I think we were equal. we were on him. so he couldn't go to mommy, because mommy would give it to him just the way I would give it to him. So, I felt sorry for him growing up. But hey, when you have two parents who coach, we're consistently, just critiquing their game, and basketball is what we do. So.
Do you think that's helped with his dealing with tough coaching or dealing with adversity or do you think he kind of has a confidence where he doesn't really mind being coached?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both, but definitely as a young kid, we kind of instilled a lot of the principles of the game, and just getting them to understand how to play the right way. I'm sure by us, I coached him quite a bit as a high school kid and also middle school. He definitely was able to make any adjustment as far as being coached by any other individual, because again we weren't terribly hard on them, but we made sure that they did the right things, and I think that kind of built their armor, so to speak. So when they did have an opportunity to coach or to play under another coach, they were well equipped for that.
I'm talking with Kyle Locke, father of Noah Locke. So early on, usually you can see kind of an elite skill set kind of start standing out, like one of those things like this. I know if all else fails, I can depend on him to do what particular thing, do you think is just like an elite skill set about him?
Wow. I mean, he could shoot the ball. I was a shooter in college. My wife actually was a shooter in college. So he got that naturally. His shooting ability speaks for itself, but I think also, he's his leadership. He's always been one to lead the pack, so to speak, mm-hmm. And we've always been proud of that more than anything.
Talking with Pops, the newly nicknamed Papa Locke. So let me ask this question: going to Florida, we're kind of wanting to do the timeline. He chose Florida over Xavier originally. Now, like I said, that could be, a thousand things. What was it about Florida that particularly intrigued him to make that choice coming out of high school?
I think he wanted to play on the highest level. Mm-hmm. Florida is considered a Power 5 university, but playing a Power 5 conference rather. And, he always had like a chip on his shoulder coming up. Coming out of high school, he was a 4-star recruit, but he was being recruited as a 5-star. And so, he just felt, he just thought Florida was a good fit for him at the time. And, that's why he selected him.
So I kind of could relate. I heard him talking to some of the guys yesterday. Coming out of high school, I always felt like sort of the Xavier's, kind of the mid to high, mid-major schools. I always felt like I had the best relationships with those coaches. I felt like they were more personal, but I too just, you kind of still want to shoot for the stars, mm-hmm. and maybe if I had the opportunity, or if I were going to do that, I probably would have looked for more coaches that I had comfort with. So how high on the list was his comfort with Coach Mack to say, okay, was it Coach Mack's the relationship, or was it more the style Louisville plays? Like kind of give me that balance between comfort level with the coaching and the style of play and the ACC that kind of persuaded him to want to transfer to the University of Louisville.
Yeah, it was the first thing that was on the list for him was definitely the coach. He come from a Power 5 school, so he understood. He had the experience of what that meant and what that environment was. So, that really didn't wow him when it came to like making a decision. Mm-hmm. The coaching was Coach Mack was really the reason why he wanted to make a change. Again, he had the relationship from when he came out of high school. Coach Mack, recruited him, and it was tough when he made the decision in Florida. It was kind of tough for him back then because he really did like Coach Mack. So I would say again, Coach Mack was probably the one. Probably I was probably the biggest reason why he made this decision.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you this. Being that the transfer market is always open, you never know, like with decisions of guards outgoing, incoming guards. Do you or he pay a lot of attention to what the temperature is as far as recruits and things like that, or is it kind of just I'll let my game kind of speak for itself, no matter who you bring into the room?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think he's at a stage in his career where he's proven. I would say like a made man, so to speak, because he's got 3 years of Division I, high level Division I under his belt. So he's seen it all. He's played with 5-star athletes, All-Americans, and he's approaching this opportunity no differently. He's going to come in and do his job. That's one thing that I think a lot of the coaches who recruited him, they noticed from right offhand that he's that kind of, he's a great kid. He's just going to come in and do what he's asked, but do it at a high level. And so he really doesn't get caught up into who's coming in and all that kind of stuff. He just want to come in and do what he needs to do to help the team.
From your eyes, from your basketball eyes, what has been the biggest improvement in his game over the last, let's say 2 or 3 years? Just like I said, outside of, just the typical, you're a better shooter, you're a better decision maker. Has there been one particular area of his game that you just have watched him really improve? And a second part of that question, what, coming into the summer, what is his main focus to improve on moving forward?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I was very proud to see how he made the transition to high level basketball. I mean, he was good in high school. He scored over 2,000 points, so we knew he could do that. But as you know, when you make that transition from high school to college, I mean, there's a lot that's involved, and kids, unfortunately, they don't know how to make that adjustment. But he clearly did it well. He had some good guys around him, who he basically learned from, older guys. And, I just think his leadership, he has really grown in that area, has earned the respect of his peers. I'm sure that Coach Mack is going to be looking to him to continue to do that, with Louisville.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Two quick questions before I get you out of here. I'm sure everybody want to know. Now, you do know, being a part of the Louisville family, sitting at the games, you will get your fair share of camera time. So people need to know: are you the excited? Are you the excited family? Is there a lot of cheering going on, or are you the cool, like he hits the game winner and you just kind of wink your eye and like, of course he hit the game.
Son.
Yeah, right. Which type of supportive father and your wife are you when the camera catches you?
So my wife, she's gonna be always she's excitement. I mean, yeah, you're gonna see a lot from her, especially the refs making bad calls. So you're gonna definitely see a reaction.
Oh, she is gonna fit right in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So with me, it's I'm more reserved a little bit, but of course I'm gonna be into it. I want to see the guys do well. So, yep.
Steve, go ahead, Steve.
Well, I wanted to ask you again. We're talking with Kyle Locke, father of new Louisville commit, Noah Locke. Okay, Kyle. Here's kind of my question for you. You have Louisville coming, and when you hear the name Louisville, I was just curious because I know Noah was recruited by many, by many schools coming from Florida. Was there something special about Louisville still, just nationally, kind of what's the feel when you hear Louisville's coming after you?
Well, again, outside of Coach Mack, of course, like I said, he was the main reason why Noah wanted to come. But just speaking about the school itself, I mean, traditions, it is what it is. Louisville has been known to be one of the premier basketball programs in the country for years, and I kind of gave him some history on some players, during my time, a little before me, that played there. But it speaks for itself, man. Everyone, once the word got out, everyone was just so happy. All of, family and, just friends, people that we know in the basketball community. Everyone is just excited for him because they know what Louisville is and what Louisville has been to the basketball world. So
okay,
it's just a win-win.
Listen, last one before I get you out of here, and I have no shame about it. And these are assists that we do around here. Allegedly, not allegedly. I can't believe I almost said allegedly. You have daughters that you are actively coaching that will be in the Louisville. You do realize that our women's team is one of the premier programs in the nation. So, is this early recruitment towards your daughters? Are we already going to start the train of pushing your daughters to the University of Louisville? And you said they were coming down here during the summer to play in a big tournament as well?
Yeah, in July, absolutely. And Jeff Walsh does an incredible job. Know him very well. He was at Maryland when I was coaching college. We played Maryland. He's one of the best in the business. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I was gonna say we didn't get a time to talk about our small history, our small world history with Johnny and Tracy and Cam and listen. When you get in town, you got to sit in the studio with us and have a little fun, talk some basketball. Absolutely. I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to kind of just give us a little background. Like I said, I so much appreciate it. And I'm happy that we could give you a nickname and you could be okay with it.
Papa Lock, yeah, that's me.
I
love it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, say enjoy your day.
Okay, guys. Talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
That was our newest member to the family tree, Papa Lock. And he was okay with it, Brian, too, wasn't he?
He was, too. I was a little bit weary about playing the Papa Lock and Drop It coming out, but I was like, and it was really funny because I thought about the song as soon as you all started being like, Papa Lock's coming on. I'm like, Papa Lock. And like, I literally had one of my buddies, Logan Murphy, he's out there listening. He texts me and goes, if you don't play Papa Lock and Drop It,
I'm going to kill
the
you.
intro when Papa Lock comes on, he's like, yeah. I was
like,
no.
Not only then, I mean, that's going to be a thing for the next couple years as Noah plays.
Every time Noah leads the team in scoring, we're going Papa Lock.
Oh yeah,
we're going Papa Lock, Drop It.
No, absolutely. I loved listening. You get to one of the reasons I love having parents on like that is you get the history of the player. You hear this kid has 2 coaches. For parents, this kid from the ground up. I mean, did you hear Papa Lock say, I mean, we didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just what we do, I mean, that's like my kids. It's like, are they Louisville fans? I mean, I don't know. They really ain't got a choice.
Like, what do you mean?
and what I mean by that is it's not even one of those deals where I'm like, if you're not a Louisville fan, I'm going to disown you, even though I probably would. But other than that, it's just that's what we do.
No, you're going to be around me. You pick up the basketball.
You walk out of the kitchen in the rummage house and you see the big sign over there that says, in this family we cheer for the car. This is it's in your nature. You just become it. And for him, it's like basketball was just you become a player. It's I don't know. It's what I'm born to do. He
didn't have a choice. Like there's too much basketball going on in this house.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit in the back and play video games while we all go to the basketball.
We got practice. We're doing film. We're doing it was like I mean so.
That is exactly why I asked that question too. Like I wanted because there are parents that just even if they play they try to stay out the way and kind of let them do their pick it up naturally, or you're like no we're gonna work. Like,
well, I'm glad you said that, and there's something I want to say real quick because I asked a specific question for a reason too. You notice he didn't say a word about Cloud. Hookers, anything. You ask, say, hey, Louisville coming after you. Oh, yeah, man, everybody was excited, man. Just the people around the basketball community I was talking to, they're like, oh, man, Louisville, yeah, you got to go to Louisville,
Yeah, or you just say, no, it was 90% the coach.
Sure.
Yeah, my relationship with the coach, yes, bang.
But it's like the vibe that Louisville gives off. I think locally, sometimes in our own brains, including mine. This one I'm saying locally, including me and you. I think we give a little too much credit to the devil, so to speak, if you'll allow me to say that's to use the spiritual side of it or whatever. But it's like I think we give a little too much credit sometimes to just say, and that works both ways. So, because I can't say it one way and say, well, then try to blame. But that's why I've been saying the recruiting class he brought in this year. I'm like, would you not take that any year? I think it's a good class. We keep saying, well, he got Ellis, Roosevelt, Wheeler, and Mike James with the cloud. No, hell, he can get that any year in my book. I'll take that, absolutely. So it's one of those things where I think we go, oh man, these look, Noah Locke's transferring. It's probably like, oh God, oh he's gonna be like, oh man, I can't go to Louisville. Oh, I can't go to Louisville. Oh, yeah, they may not play in the tournament for 72 years. They may, oh man, don't they have strippers as soon as you walk in? Oh, that's not really the thought process about Louisville.
Basketball. He's a total basketball home junkie.
Yeah, and Louisville is a basketball junkie area. I mean, if that makes sense. Like the school, it's that. So that was good, man. I love hearing from those guys. I love hearing from the parents, and I love what we heard specifically from Papa Locke there.
Is Mom's Locke going to be yelling at the refs more than anybody on the sideline?
I don't know, but I did realize we need to get her on too.
I know. Look, when he said that, it's like, yep.
Look, I was like, Papa, you're the man, but the way you're explaining her, I think I need to talk to her.
Yeah, they're one of us.
yeah, she is one of us. Guys, I love you guys. You know this. I can hear over the other wall a screaming child. I'm gonna, if you guys won't kill me after being on vacation.
Get out of here. We will take our final commercial break. I got some good coaching conversation coming up next and some other things. Enjoy. Take care of that baby.
Yeah, I will see you guys. I will be in there tomorrow.
Here's one word of advice. If she bites her bottom lip when she sees you, back up.
She's emergency coming home in the morning. She took off tomorrow night. So
okay,
that's step one.
Yeah, okay, so listen, and don't be asleep when she gets home, Steve.
No, she's already determined that I can't handle this. Oh. like she's already said, listen, look, I'm taking off tomorrow. I'll be home. She's not supposed to be home till Thursday.
Eye open, Stephen. Eye open.
No, it's happening. So
last commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
Make your life better with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker and be part of an industry-leading organization that believes in promoting from within. Earn $14.50 per hour plus a $175